Last 10 seconds. There's a moment, somewhere between panic and duty, when everything slows down. When instinct takes over, and your hands move before your brain catches up. That moment, that's where Helldivers earn their stripes. This happened a while back, but it's burned into my memory like it happened yesterday. We were deployed on some godforsaken bug jungle world, named classified or too hard to pronounce, but we just called it Green Hell. Sticky air, buzzing with spores and insect chatter, a place where everything's either trying to eat you, melt you, or lay eggs in your eye sockets. It was supposed to be a routine hit and run. Knock out some bug nests, recover a black box, and get to the shuttle before the hive noticed we were there. Our team was 4 strong, me, 2 rookies straight out of training, and one guy we called Moose. Big, broad-shouldered, slow in conversation but fast on the trigger. Solid diver. Thing was, I was still fairly green myself. I'd seen some action, sure, but nothing too serious. Somehow, in a twist of bureaucratic madness, I was the most experienced member of the squad. That made me the senior diver, the guy with the map, the mission plan, and the heavy weight of keeping 3 others alive. Lucky me. We hit the first couple objectives clean, dropped a hell bomb on a birthing pit, uploaded the mission data from a downed probe, and fought off a few early patrols. The jungle fought us every step of the way. Acid-spewing shrubbery, chittering scouts that screamed alerts the moment they spotted you, and vines that felt way too sentient. But we kept moving. Time was always a factor. See, these missions are timed. 45 minutes start to finish. After that, the bugs go full alert, and extraction becomes a dice roll with death. And the clock was running low. We were hauling ass toward the evac beacon when things went sideways. Moose was lagging. He'd veered off to scoop up some high-value samples from a downed biology pod we'd passed earlier. Said it'd take 2 minutes. I should have said no. I almost did. But then I thought, all right, we've got time. Let the man earn some bonus credits. 2 minutes turned to 4, then 5. And suddenly the red warning popped on my HUD. Hostiles converging fast. And Moose? He wasn't with us. I pulled up the map. His beacon was still active, but he'd gone dark on comms. Something was jamming him. Or worse. I tapped into our squad channel. Moose, come in! Status! Crackling static. Then a grunt. I've got bugs, a lot of bugs. Trying to lead them off. That's when I saw it. His marker was moving in a big loop, heading toward us, but with a swarm chasing him. I could see the insect blips on my tracker, multiplying like a nightmare. I checked the time. 43 minutes in. I made the call. All right, no diver left behind. I'm going after him. The 2 rookies blinked at me through their visors, wide-eyed. You sure, Sergeant? One of them asked. He'd been trying to keep his rifle from shaking since the first nest. You 2 hold the LZ, I said firmly. Keep the area secure. Prep the beacon. If I'm not back by 45, you lift off without me. Got it? They nodded, but I could tell they didn't like it. Neither did I. But leaving a man behind? Not an option. I ran. I sprinted through jungle that clawed at me like it wanted a piece. Branches cracked against my helmet. The heat was suffocating, and I could already hear the skittering roar of the swarm ahead. But I wasn't going in blind. I knew this terrain. I remembered a ridge overlooking a clearing just before Moose's projected path. A natural funnel. If I could get there before him, I'd have the high ground. Classic ambush spot. My boots hit the rise, and I skidded into place behind a fallen tree. I dropped a Gatling sentry beacon into the mud, and as the green targeting laser began to flicker, I brought out my stalwart. You don't name a gun like that unless it's earned the title. Belt-fed, recoil-heavy, and loud enough to make a warrior bug second-guess its life choices. The sentry was still deploying when I saw movement. Branches whipping, dirt flying, and then Moose burst from the undergrowth like a freight train. Armor torn, helmet cracked, covered in bug ichor, and behind him, a wall of chittering mandibles and acidic fury. "Dive, Moose!" I shouted. He didn't hesitate. He dropped to the ground, rolled, and hugged the sample case to his chest like it was holy. Then the jungle erupted. The Gatling sentry spun up with a mechanical snarl, locking onto the swarm just as they spilled into the clearing. I braced the stalwart against my shoulder and opened fire. The clearing turned into a meat grinder. They came fast, warriors, stalkers, spitters lobbing arcs of acid that hissed against the ridge. But between the turret and my fire, we laid down a curtain of lead that carved through their front lines like hot steel through butter. My visor flashed with kill counts. 10, 20, 40. Moose was crawling toward me, dragging his busted leg, sample case still intact. "Hope you brought bug spray," he called out, laughing like a lunatic through gritted teeth. "Yeah," I shouted over the roar. "It's called freedom." More bugs poured in, some trying to flank, others charging head-on like they didn't care about the bodies piling up. I reloaded, yanked the sentry to face the left, and kept firing. My hands were numb, ears ringing. I'd been in firefights before, but this one was different. This was last stand material. We racked up over 100 confirmed kills in under a minute. The jungle floor was slick with goo, the trees behind us scorched and cratered. Then, a voice crackled in our ears. "Pelican 1 arriving in 30 seconds. Extraction window closing." Moose reached me and used my shoulder to climb to his feet. He was limping, but alive. We didn't speak. We just ran. Back at the evac zone, the rookies had done their job. The beacon was active, perimeter was clear, and they looked shocked to see us sprinting out of the tree line like hell itself was behind us. And it was. We dove into the beam as the shuttle touched down. A bile titan in the distance reared back and fired, but the blast hit dirt. We were already lifting off. At exactly minute 44, all 4 of us were in the shuttle, bruised, burnt, but alive. Moose dropped the sample case with a grunt and flopped back against the wall. "You always go back for the strays?" I pulled off my helmet, breathing hard. "Only if they've got good samples." The shuttle climbed out of that nightmare jungle, and for the first time in what felt like hours, we exhaled. It was one of my better moments, one of my fondest memories as a diver. I wasn't the same after that mission, not just because of the bugs or the fight, but because that day I earned the title of Helldiver. We fight, we bleed, and we never, never leave a brother behind.